Hello and welcome. My name is Matt Taylor from Microcom Design. This is the 11th video in a GTX Quick Start series. In this video, we will be demonstrating how to calibrate an STI-12 sensor using an equation and an internal sensor in the GTX. Continuing with the setup from the last video, we are connected to the GTX that we configured. We will need to add an internal sensor. This can be found under the Configurations Options tab and Configure/Control/Deploy GTX tab. Once open, we can now move into the General Setup tab to change the number of internal sensors. In the General Setup tab, we can change the number of internal sensors from 1 to 2. We will need to click the Save button. Next, we can move into the STI-12 Sensors tab. In this tab, we can change the first label from HG to HD, since the STI-12 measurement is not the corrected water level. Next, we can move into the Equations tab. In the Equations tab, we can click the meniscus button to enter an equation. Clicking that button will bring up the Equation Editor window. We want to choose the HD selection from the STI-12 Sensors drop-down menu. For this demonstration, we want to add an offset of 12.34 to the HD measurement to correct for an offset. To do this, we will type in plus 12.34 after the HD in the editor box. We can click the OK button to enter the equation. Now the equation is shown in the Equations tab. Next, we can go to the Internal Sensors tab to set up when the equation will be run. In the second row, we can select EQN0 from the drop-down list. We can change the interval to 5 minutes, and we can change the offset to 35 seconds. This will allow the STI-12 sensor to complete its measurement. Then the calculation can be run. Finally, we can change the label from INT1 to HG. Now we can change the sensor in the timed data buffer. We can change the first parameter from HD to HG. Now to send the configuration to the GTX, we can move back to the Configurations Options tab. In the Configurations Options window, we can send the configuration to the GTX by clicking the Send Config to GTX button. This will pop up the confirmation dialog box where we can click Yes. Now we can click the Enable button to enable the GTX. The GTX will begin taking measurements and sending transmissions. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please call or email.